Hey everyone, it's me Holly, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm doing something which I've never done before and I'm kind of a little bit scared for how this is going to go. Tomorrow I am going to be swapping my phone screen time with my book reading time. So how I calculated the screen time that I tend to have is through making an average of my screen time for the past 2 weeks. But every day has got a different level of how much I've been on. I think the lowest was about 4 hours and the highest was 9 hours. So I got 5.7 hours is my average screen time on my phone. So, I'm going to take that as 6 hours I need to read tomorrow, which I've never read that much. So the good thing is I am almost finished the Love Hypothesis, so I'm going to kind of want to finish that. And I got Little Women today because obviously it's like a classic. Everyone kind of knows what this is and I don't know what it is. Like, I've never watched it, I've never read it. And I wanted to read it before I watched it on Netflix. Like, I don't know, something about me is if I watch something I'll never read it. I'm assuming I have to switch my reading time to my phone time. Like 2 hours a day. I think I do. I genuinely think I spend 2 hours a day reading, because I read when I've woken up and I read before I go to bed. So before I get into the video, I just wanted to quickly say, as you guys know, Ana Luisa is literally some of my favourite jewellery I own. And they have a couple of times sent me some jewellery to show you guys on this channel and asked if I could let you know if I like the jewellery and stuff like that. And I have to be genuinely honest right now, their jewellery is some of my favourite jewellery I own. Like, I don't own a lot of jewellery. I'm not someone who is very excessive in like wearing loads of necklaces and loads of rings and stuff. I tend to kind of keep it more minimal, so I don't own too much, but most of the jewellery I own is Ana Luisa. She just asked me if I could just let you know how I'm finding the jewellery now, having it for literally, I've had some of their pieces for a year, maybe even almost longer than that now. It's all good me telling you, like, go get some, but you kind of want to know what it actually is like and whether it holds up over time, and I've just got to say it absolutely does. I've got a couple of things on my side next to me. I have a bit more than what I'm going to show you, but these are like the stuff that I wear most often. In my ears, as you can see, I have my Ana Luisa butterfly earrings, and these are literally one of my favourite pairs of earrings I own. I'm quite new to having my ears pierced. I think I've had them pierced for a year now. For a while, I literally just kept the same ones like for quite a while, and I wasn't really too brave when it came to kind of changing them out, but these were like the second pair I ever wore, and I mean, they're still going strong. Like, I think they look really adorable too. Like, when it's been quite a while, like I've had these for quite a while. So my favourite, and literally even my mum, like I can't even lie, my mum comes into my room when she's going out and says, can I wear your flower necklace? Flower necklace is literally my favourite piece ever. Let me try and show you better. This is literally my favourite necklace I own, and I've had this for, obviously I've said like over a year now, and it's literally still as if it's new. Like, I'm not even joking, it's literally, obviously, so it's very intricate and fine, this little flower, but like nothing's broken off of it. There's still the little gem in the middle, and there's no, like, you can't even tell on the kind of chain, there's literally nothing, like there's no faults in it. Necklace with basically, it's an engraved flower. I'll have to do a close-up for this one because it's really beautiful. Genuinely, it just looks majestic. Like, this one, no faults, literally nothing wrong with this. Like, I've had it for quite a while, it's still in great condition. Like, it doesn't even look like it's been worn that much. The ring, like, I've worn that a couple times. I think I've got it wet a couple times too, and it's literally perfect. It's literally fine. And if you're someone who tends to kind of not take care of their jewellery very well, Ana Luisa actually has care instructions on how to kind of, if anything does happen, how to kind of care for the product to make sure that it stays in good condition. so it is currently 9:36 and I think I'm now going to try and finish the Love Hypothesis because, you know, obviously I've got to read for this challenge and I'd rather just get this one done so that I can move on to a new book maybe. I just realised I have another book that I really enjoyed that maybe I should try and get through, which is With This Kiss by Carrie Fletcher, because as you know I'm a big fan of hers. So I got her book and actually I was surprised at how good it was. We have 60 pages left and then let you know how I feel and then move on to With This Kiss by Carrie Fletcher. All I have left is the epilogue. I'm gonna try and finish this. I've got literally like a couple pages left. It has been exactly, and I'm not even lying about this, exactly an hour for me to finish the book since when I started it. How did I manage that? Like, it's literally 10:39 right now, and I started it at 9:39. I finished it. I still can't believe it. Like, sorry, my voice is like a bit croaky today because I'm literally still haven't got up properly. This book was crazy. It was actually crazy. Like, it was really good, to be honest. I'm glad I've read it because it's one of the like popular ones that people tend to like talk about a lot. Some of it was a bit cringe and I couldn't deal with, but like near the end it kind of got a bit better. There was a couple of parts of the book which personally some people would have loved them. I didn't really need it in the book, but I would actually like kind of recommend, but kind of not. I never actually gave a good reason. I think my brain was still very slow this morning, but I would say if you're someone who doesn't mind a bit of a cringy romance and doesn't mind a few like, it was quite cliche at some points, but the book was kind of aware of it, so yeah, you kind of just have to expect that it may be a little bit cringe, but if you don't mind that, then I would say it's kind of an interesting book to read, and I haven't read a book with this trope in before. Other people may have, but yeah, I thought it was quite good. Done 1 hour out of the 6 hours of reading today, so I've got 5 hours left. But I feel like now I need to take a break because the book's actually finished, so I can put it in my pile of finished books. Okay, I thought you could join me doing the Wordle for today because I guess it's kind of like book related. Sorry, you can't even see me, but I love Wordle recently. I always start with the word audio. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with like shark. Okay, so I'm assuming it goes H something A heart. Am I gonna get it in 3? Ooh, yeah. Use for that because I just get so excited because I've recently been getting really good at Wordle. Like I can get it in, like I've got it in 3 about 3 days in a row. Maybe it's because they were easy words. After finishing the Love Hypothesis though, I'm now thinking like, what book do I actually read? Start with This Kiss, and if I'm not feeling it, then I'm gonna go to Little Women. Little Women. Is it a controversial opinion to like want to crack the spine? Because I'm telling you now, it is impossible to hold a book if it hasn't been slightly, like, that doesn't bother me, but does it bother you guys? Like, I'm already 49 pages into the book, so I'm gonna just see. Like, I don't want to read to a point where I'm tired of the book. I just want to do as much as I can. Okay, so it is now 11:53. Not been entirely an hour yet, but I've got to 78. I think I was on 49, chapter 7 now, and it's actually quite a good book, quite a good concept, to be honest. Quite enjoying the kind of, so basically I'll give you a little rundown of what it's about. So the main character in this, called Lorelei, like when she kisses people, she can see their destiny, and it's kind of like how they're going to die, basically. So it's that bit's a bit deep, but also it's obviously kind of like a love story as well. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty good so far. So it is, what time is it? 5:24, and I got back from my driving an hour ago, but I've just had food and stuff like that. Now, I kind of forgot about the challenge. So I haven't started reading yet, which, if I think about it, I probably should do if I want to reach even just 4 hours. I think I'll probably read With This Kiss. Let me just say, with this book, I actually really do love it. Like, it's British, so like, I don't know, some of the language I can definitely like it. I don't know, something about reading a British book over like somewhere set in an American place or wherever else, it just, I prefer it so much more. And also because I love Carrie, I like, when I'm reading it, I don't know, I can see her through the book. Not see her, but like feel her presence as she's writing it in a way. I don't know if that sounds weird, but like I can feel the things that she's putting in. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I know why she's done it, or stuff like that. I don't know, I think her writing's really good as well. Like, obviously she does musical theatre and stuff like that, and she's also a YouTuber. To be able to do all those things and also be good at writing books, I think is quite incredible, because a lot of people only have like one talent, but she can clearly do multiple things, which is incredible. So today I've currently done 3 hours of reading. I've just finished hour 3. And honestly, this book is actually really good. I really like it. This is obviously a love story, but then it's also got the other component of obviously this kind of like, she can kind of see people's deaths in the future, which is another concept which I find quite interesting to read, and quite upsetting but interesting to read, if you get what I mean. So it's got 2 things that I really enjoy a part of the book. And there's actually 3 parts of this book, so I've just got to the messy middle. So it's going to be a bit downhill from here. The bad beginning, the messy middle, and then it was the happy end, I think. So we'll just see what happens. But yeah, I quite enjoy reading this book, to be honest. And I've got to page 110. To be honest, I'm really happy with this challenge, because the whole time pressure thing is what was making it bad, but I think just like reading in general, like I've read more today than I've really ever done. Like, I don't think I've read that much in a day. Like, I'd say the max was like, oh yeah, definitely like 2 hours, a bit like that. So to have done 3 hours already and hopefully do a bit more in the evening, I think things are going pretty well. And like, the stories are really good. And to be honest, I've been trying to get through my TBR for a long time now. And I've had Love Hypothesis for literally a year, and I didn't read it. So now it's finished. And then this one I got a couple months ago and haven't started it. So once I've got through these 2 books, which I've got through Love Hypothesis already, then I can start getting into, I think I might go for Little Women, and then I might go for the Spanish Love Deception, because I do want to read more, and that's something I'm really wanting to do. So this challenge is kind of getting me back into it. Guys, so I just thought I'd talk to you a bit more about the Love Hypothesis, because obviously I mentioned that I finished it, but I always love to do a little breakdown of how I felt the book was and stuff like that after I've read it, but I didn't actually do that much. This book, it really touches on a lot of really important topics, which I didn't mention when I was telling you about it. And I think it's one that kind of opens your mind to newer things, because I'm someone who isn't really good with science. I never liked it in school, but I did kind of enjoy to read about, you know, all the good stuff that scientists do and all the positive things that Olive is trying to do for the future. The writer, Ali Hazelwood, I'm assuming she does some science thing because she's obviously very good with it and can include it. I did say in my last video, or a video I said done before, that some of the things felt a bit forced when she would add it in, which I'll stick by what I said because it did feel a bit forced in some ways, but in other ways it was kind of really nice. So non-spoiler review is that if you want to read this, I'd 100%, or if you're at least curious by it, I'd say it's quite a good read and quite an easy read. I think it's not one that you would, for me, I struggle to like keep up with reading. Like, you know, I've said that multiple times on this channel. I struggle to keep up with a book. But with this one, I feel like even if I've put it down for a while and picked it back up, it's easy to start up again. And I think Olive is such a good character. I think the way that she is portrayed and everything like that, it's just perfect. I relate to her in so many ways. Like, I get her, and I feel like she's the character that you need in a book because she respects herself a lot, and, you know, I just think that her whole story is great. And if you haven't read the book, go to the time that I've put on the screen because I'm about to do a few spoilers. So the whole thing with Tom Bentham, is that his name? Bentham, I think it was. Oh my god, that frustrated me, but I know how real it is because I think it was Never Have I Ever kind of touched on the same type of thing. Not like the whole like harassment stuff, but more of like the whole like taking credit for your work and stuff like that. Because with, is her name Kamala? I can't remember how to say it, but she also, there was a whole thing about the whole crediting in work thing for the women. And I think having Olive, who is a woman in STEM, I think that's what people say, women in STEM, I think it's a quite a good thing to read about because obviously it's a area that needs more representation. Adam's character, it's kind of opens your eyes to that everyone has their own backstory and everyone has a reason for why they do things. So like with Adam being kind of rude and disrespectful and, what was it, unapproachable and, oh no, I forgot what I think it was unapproachable and, no, antagonistic and unapproachable. I think that's what she would say to him. I think obviously when she said that and stuff like that, that's what he presents himself as, but there's always like a deeper, there's always a deeper reason and something that people don't tend to see. And I think that's why his character is really good, and to actually break him down and actually see why he is the way that he is. So yeah, I think this book is actually quite good, and the trope is one I haven't read before. I know it's quite popular, I guess, in the book talk community. I don't know. But I thought, what do I feel about the fake dating trope? I thought it made sense in this book. I'm not sure how many other books can use it. Like, obviously there are some ways, but like I think the way that sorry, I keep forgetting her name, Ali used it was clever, because at the times I was thinking, how are they going to make that make sense in the book? But it did make sense. I don't think it's my favourite trope ever, but I think it was quite a good one because it's kind of like they shouldn't really have feelings for each other, but they do. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Would recommend this book if you're someone, as I've said before, who doesn't mind a little bit of cringe and a bit of a romance. I barely filmed any more clips in the afternoon of this challenge, which makes me really angry because obviously I was meant to do that, film a bit more to show you what I was reading and like stuff like that. I think overall I did about 4 hours of reading, which obviously my goal was to do 6 hours, and with how my day was set up I didn't think that was going to be possible, and obviously it wasn't. But I'm just glad that I've done that much reading. Like, I don't think I've actually read for 4 hours in a day before, because I'm not the type of person who can sit down and actually just read, just the whole day read. Like, I know some people can, but personally I cannot. So to be able to do that was quite good. And what I'll say about this challenge is, you know, not being on your phone so much is actually quite a good thing. And I think another video that I do want to film is maybe a dopamine detox, where I cut out phone time, TV time, computer time, anything that affects your dopamine levels out of my life for like 3 days or something. I wouldn't be able to do a week, but like a couple of days, which I could do at some point during some holidays now. The book, it's entertaining and stuff like that, but it's not the same as being on your phone, which is a more negative thing. I think reading's quite a positive thing. So yeah, it was quite nice, and I feel quite happy about myself for being able to read that much and for actually getting through a book, which I'm a bit further into this book now, and I just think that I really enjoy it. Like, I love the concept. I think I would really recommend. I don't know how many people know about this book, or it's not a popular one on BookTok or anything like that. The reason I know about it is because of Carrie. But I think if you're someone who likes a romance book but also needs that other aspect in it, where it's kind of like there's something at play here, people die, like, that's a crazy storyline, but it's very interesting. So yeah, if you haven't heard of it before, I'd really recommend. Yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. It's been very insightful for me to do, because obviously I've never actually read that much in a day. Also, remember to go check out Anna Louisa. I have a discount code, which is HeyIt'sHolly20, to get 20% off, and also in the description there'll be all the information that you will need, and I'll probably link a couple of the pieces that I love, just so you can kind of, if you've seen anything that you do like in there, you can go check them out, because they're already affordable, but then if you add on my 20% discount, hopefully you find something that you really love. And I also have these earrings now, which I just thought I'd show you because I have them in today. So yeah, if any of the stuff I showed you like, or you just kind of are in need of jewellery, go check them out. They're in the description box. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!